The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LCU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of one student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice and are charged with the responsibility of relaying the overall student athlete voice for the division.
Your voice has value.
Get involved.
Take ownership in your experience.
Leave a legacy.
Make it yours!
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks.
Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
Character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose. It's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation. When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Welcome to the second game of the Heartland Conference here at the UMAC Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Jose Harbor, and I'm joined by Drew Brent and Corey Riggs at baseline. We got St. Mary's versus Rogers State today, so it's going to be a good one. We know that. I'm going to go ahead and pitch it back over to Bent and Corey at the desk.
Jose, thank you so much. Our man on the sidelines, Drew Brent, Corey Riggs, joining at courtside for game number 2 of the Heartland Conference Tournament, pitting number 2 seeded St. Mary's against number 7 Rogers State. And Corey, here's what we know. Rogers State, first year of eligibility in the postseason, should be at least exciting for them, but a team that is not typical of Rogers State University.
Well, there's nothing typical about what we've seen so far today, and there's nothing typical for Rogers State. They're already down a player that's kind of been pivotal in their success over the course of the year, but this is a team with an 8-19 record, Drew. They went 3-13 in the Heartland Conference, and they get this matchup with the number 2 team in the postseason tournament. An uphill battle all day for the Hillcats as they take on the Rattlers from St. Mary's.
You mentioned they were a player down. That player is Rachel Block, who is out with an injury. Not a starter typically, but a lot of production off of the bench. And so far through this tournament, I know we're only 2 games in, it's been bench production that has been a common theme, particularly for Rogers State today.
Yeah, Rachel Block was the 3rd leading scorer, over 7 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. She led the team with steals at almost a steal and a half, a theft and a half in each contest. So that's production that somebody somewhere up and down this roster for head coach Bobby Cope is going to have to step into that role today.
Well, let's move on now to St. Mary's. You see their starting lineup. on your screen. 20-6, 12-4 in the Heartland Conference, seeded number 2. But you know, one of the things that we were talking about in the break, and especially in talking with tournament officials and school officials, the guard play of this team has been recognized as something that Rogers State needs to stop if they want to be successful in this game, and the conference, of course, took notice of that too.
Well, you've got 2 guards in a wing that go first team all-conference, second team all-conference, and all-conference honorable mention. That's more all-conference nods than the number 1 team, St. Edwards, has on their roster. So a lot of talent for the Rattlers.
Well, let's take a look now at the rest of the bracket, and as you see, St. Edwards moved on in our first game, 67-49, knocking off Texas A&M International, and we will see St. Mary's and Rogers State in our second women's game. Of course, the men are up after this one. We've got game number 1 of the men's bracket and game number 2 of the men's bracket that are coming up just a little bit later. You will have to call, and you see on your screen right now the brackets for the rest of the day. Of course, day number 1 of a 4-day tournament here at the UMAC Center in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So.
And no rest for the wicked either. St. Edwards players and coaching staff just got done getting a win. They're already in the stands scouting the next possible opponents here.
I think that was a Cage the Elephant reference, and I truly appreciated that. So Porter will take the basketball for St. Mary's to open it up. She gets it over now to Etheridge. 2-point shot, easy for me to say, up and no good. Rebound goes to Rogers State, and already some physical play. Madison Dearman, the 5'10 junior out of Balco, Oklahoma, hitting the baseline and trying to come up with the basketball.
Trying to shake the cobwebs out. That was a rough hit from Kiera Etheridge, the all-conference first-teamer. The 5'11 senior from San Antonio, Texas, picks up the foul under the first possession.
Out to Dearman now, the top of the key. She gets it to Nedoroskova. Nikola Nedoroskova from Slovakia, one of the top players of this Rogers State University team. 3-point shot on the way for the Hillcats. That was Dearman on the opportunity, can't quite get it there, and now Porter's going to drive inside. 2-point shot will not go. Fight underneath for the basket, and here comes Rogers State. Now pushing. Here's Nedoroskova on the wing, looking top of the key to Dearman, and we'll move it out now to Roberts. Still trying to find some offensive rhythm, scoreless here in this first quarter.
Well, you can tell what St. Mary's plan is. That's to attack the rim. Now Rogers State gets their first good look, but neither one of these teams so far, Drew, been able to take the lid off.
Tyra Cormier with the rebound that time, and now we'll get it to Porter. She's outside, and we'll push it to Fields, and somehow there's Cormier on the inside shot, and I think there's a lid on both baskets here, Corey, because so far no offensive rhythm on either side.
A lot of opportunities for rebounds here in the early going, but neither team scoring. Maybe we can change that at the free throw line as Nikola Nedoroskova, the 5'9 junior from Kosai, Slovakia, will go to the line.
As you mentioned, a junior out of Slovakia will go to the charity stripe for the first of 2. First one on the way and in. We have our first points. Rogers State goes up by 1.
Very deliberate free throw for Nedoroskova. There you see Rogers State head coach Bobby Cope in his 3rd year patrolling the sidelines, the Claremore Expo Center where the Hillcats call home.
Here's Porter taking it across the time stripe. As we mentioned, Rogers State first year of postseason eligibility, playing in their first Heartland tournament. Fields with the long 3, it's up and it's in, or maybe did they call that a 2? I think it is a long 2. So we're tied up 2 apiece.
I think she just had a toe across the line, but a good-looking shot. Now both teams off the schneid here, maybe get into their regular offense.
Nedoroskova pushed it and now gets it to Dearman for the 3-point shot. No doubt about that one. It's a 5-2 lead. 5'10 junior out of Balco, Oklahoma, as we mentioned, nails the tray ball and now trying to work it inside is St. Mary's. That was Fields in the paint and couldn't quite make it. Nedoroskova at the top of the key. Rogers State trying to push it. Another 3-pointer on the way. It's up off the iron. Could not get it to fall that time.
Great rebound by Etheridge that time. She skied above everybody. Just going to go coast to coast.
Gorgeous.
And finish.
Absolutely great job by Kiera Etheridge that time. 5'11 senior out of San Antonio, Texas. As you mentioned, goes coast to coast. and gets it in the paint. I almost said toast.
And it's what you expect from her. She averages 15 points and 10 rebounds. She's good for a double-double every night.
Steal now, and it's going to go the other way. Here's Fields. They've got a 2-on-2 fast break. Fields with a nice little up and over move. And just like that, St. Mary's takes a 1-point lead.
Up and over and steps through and around the defender. And the Rattlers able to get on top here 6-5 in the early going. Looked like Rogers State had something going, was maybe going to run away and hide a little bit.
Dearman for three. It's off and cannot quite make it. But as you were mentioning, they were trying to find that momentum. Dearman had the open look.
They say they've given the three-point line a couple of times here in the early going. Don't expect them to stay cold for very long.
Kalani Marquez along the baseline. There you see Cameron Chamberlain on your screen and Coach Bobby Cope.
Chamberlain's first personal, the first team foul against Rogers State.
Two-pointer on the way, up and in once again, Kiera Etheridge. And, you know, we've talked, she is the team's leading scorer, 15.7 points per game as Etheridge so far making her presence felt. That's 4 on the evening for her already. Two-point shot in the paint, Rogers State. Nedoroscova could not quite get it to fall. And here we go again with Fields across the time stripe. You see that the tempo really favors St. Mary's if they can get it to go faster. And as soon as I say that, there's a steal by Dearman. Nice little behind the back move, breaking some ankles in the backcourt, trying to get a push. Maybe got away with a walk that time. Inside along the baseline, two-point shot up, will not go. That was Natasha Kindred with the attempt. The senior forward could not get it to go, but she'll draw the foul.
St. Mary's going to pick up their third team foul, the first personal against Tyra Cormier.
See Lauren Schultz. You saw Lauren Schultz on the screen. She's a 6'2" sophomore out of Fayetteville, Arkansas. First shot on the way. It is good from Natasha Kindred.
Kindred, Rogers State leading scorer, just under 10 points per contest, 5.5 rebounds a game. Works hard on both ends of the floor.
Second shot on the way, and that was a gorgeous free throw.
Nice sound, too. You can hear it snap the net.
That production team is on it today. So across the time stripe here now we go. Porter, 5'6" sophomore, another San Antonio lady. Now driving inside, two-point shot off the window, will not go. The rebound now goes to Roberts. She's going to try to push it down deep inside paint. Can't find anything down low. Here's the Schultz. Schultz will move it out to Chamberlain. Whistle, and it's going the other way.
Schultz got some nice height there at 6'2", a young lady from Fayetteville, Arkansas, but that time she shuffled her feet and turns the ball back to the Rattlers.
The tallest player for the Hillcats, standing at 6'2". Pushing the tempo now is Porter, and they're going to try to set their offense up. She's going to move left, right, and gets it back inside to Etheridge. Etheridge is going to drive, get inside, puts two more up. And you can already see that the tempo favors St. Mary's when it's moving faster and inside.
Now, Kiera Etheridge, you can see why she's a first-team all-conference player. Dominant here in the early going with 6 points to lead all scorers. There's a turnover right in front of us. Etheridge laid out maximum effort that time, trying to get the loose ball.
Right in front of our broadcast position here. You can see them scrambling for the basketball. Now back to live action we go as Chamberlain is over on the far side, top of the key, moves it out to Nedoroscova, and that replay, it looked a lot nastier, and we were sitting right in front of it.
Yeah, I thought she was coming over here for your McAllister's tea.
Well, it is delicious sweet tea. The inbounds pass coming to Porter. Moving it now towards the wing. St. Mary's, you're seeing the blocking on the inside. They're trying to open up that lane. 16 seconds on the shot clock. 4:52 to play. 10-7. St. Mary's leads. Two-pointer on the way off the front of the iron. Will not go. Now kicks it back out to Etheridge. Etheridge, I thought maybe was eyeing the three, but she'll dish it down into the wing to Marquez. Marquez along the baseline. Two-point shot will not go. Rogers State with the rebound. That was Schultz. 6'2" sophomore makes her presence down low known. And it's intercepted going the other way. This time to Fields. Fields trying to take it coast to coast. 2-point off the window. Will not go, but she's fouled.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is your Defensive Player of the Year in the Heartland Conference, and Fields that time a second-team all-conference award winner and the Defensive Player of the Year, showing you why she got that award.
10-7 is your score. We're going to take a timeout. More from the Heartland Conference Championship Tournament right after this on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
We're back to the UMAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's the site of the 2017 Heartland Conference Basketball Championship Tournament. Courtside here, I'm Drew Brent alongside Corey Riggs. Jose Harper is our man on the sideline, and we go to the charity stripe now for LaBrelle Fields, the 5'9" senior out of Augusta, Georgia.
66% free throw shooter. After that shot, she's 55 of 81 on the season. As you get a look at head coach Jason Martins and his staff for St. Mary's, both free throws go down, and St. Mary's able to extend their lead here.
He's Raskova across the timeline between the circles, working very closely against Alexia Torres, who's into the ball game now for St. Mary's. Back out to Chamberlain, just working between the circles and trying to find a way. Nice turnaround, inside move, can't make it go down though, and Torres is going to take it the other way. Maybe looking for the inside shot. She was going to go coast to coast, but dishes it to the post. That's Tia Mason, 6'3" junior, puts 2 points up and in.
That's two bench players coming out and adding an immediate impact, Drew, and coaches all day today have been talking to us about output from their benches, secondary scoring options. That was bang, bang, an assist and a bucket for two players that weren't in the starting five.
And that's something we talked about, as you mentioned, in the pregame, specifically because Rogers State's bench is going to affect their production today, but you can see that St. Mary's has instant production from their bench. Here's Schultz. Fayetteville, Arkansas native, puts 2 points on the board.
4 seniors for this Rogers State team, only 3 juniors. They've got a lot of youth, but the seniors and juniors will spend the majority of the time on the playing surface here today.
Fields inside, has her pocket picked, and Rogers State's going the other way. 5-point deficit here for the Hillcats. Here's Schultz on the other end, will dish it this time to Chamberlain. Chamberlain runs into Tia Mason, making her presence felt now, and here's Boynahan. Her first appearance of the game. Schultz on the inside looking, trying to find it, maybe got away with a walk that time. And here's Torres. And that's a bounce pass to Etheridge, 2-point shot. That is the way you set that play up.
They do not take their foot off the gas, do the Rattlers. Obviously, pace and space is what this team is looking for. They want to move the ball up-tempo, find a seam, and attack the rim, and they are doing that here in the first quarter of play.
Making their defensive pressure known as well in that backcourt. There was Alexia Torres, 3-pointer on the way from Etheridge, can't quite make it fall. And going the other way now are the Hillcats, a little swipe, can't make it happen. Inside Schultz, 2-pointer on the way and in. Good ball movement. Despite the lack of control, they were able to score, makes it a 5-point ball game.
Darian Jackson that time, the unselfish play to go ahead and feed that pass from post to post and get the finish.
Here's Torres trying to set up the offense now. $1:55 to play here in this opening quarter, 16-11. St. Mary's is up. We'll get it to Briseño, 2-point shot on the way and will not fall, but the rebound goes to St. Mary's. And here's Fields. Torres along the baseline, whistling a foul.
Well, I like the speed at which Alexia Torres comes into the game and wants to play. She only averages about 12 minutes a night for this team, but They are 12 minutes of intense offense. And look at this, almost like a hockey line change for Coach Martins. It's kind of 3 in, 3 out here.
You're seeing some freshmen getting some playing time as well. Destiny Navarro, 5'11" forward, freshman forward, out of League City, Texas, making her way in. Now long two-pointer off the iron will not fall for St. Mary's, and Rogers State moving the other way. It's going to be Bonahan.
Dearman, a nice job on the rebounds that time. They've been able to get some defensive boards. Now they need an offensive board, but you don't need an offensive rebound partner if you don't miss.
Absolutely not, and there's Lauren Schultz once again. She averages 8.3 points per game, and her inside presence certainly a force to be reckoned with. It's now a one-possession ball game. Two-pointer on the way up and in, Tyra Cormier. Here's Carly Bohannon. Which, by the way, I was pronouncing that incorrectly, so my apologies. Works it on the far side, now trying to find some help. We'll get it back out to Chamberlain now. Chamberlain along the wing. And you're seeing Rogers State finding some difficulty moving inside after so much success on a couple of previous possessions. St. Mary's putting up the defense.
Just a little out of control that time as Chamberlain came chasing the loose ball back in, and she rolls into one of the Rattlers and picks up the foul, her second.
And interesting to note, too, as we were mentioning, that inside game has been so strong for Lauren Schultz and Rogers State. As you see the pocket get picked that time, and Torres hits the floor alongside Camry Chamberlain. 5'3" junior guard playing in her home state. It's Veneta, Oklahoma native. And Torres will go to the line. First shot up and in. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Second shot forthcoming. To make this a 7-point ball game, she does. Lexia Torres, 5'4" freshman from San Antonio. A lot of San Antonio players on this squad. Here's Bohannon.
7 to be exact. I actually had to take the time to count them. I saw you don't see the same hometown show up that many times on one roster normally.
Trying to find some kind of help inside the paint. Here's Schultz. Nice little move. Sophomore really making her presence known on the inside. Bohannon trying to drive it. Now Schultz, two-pointer on the way. Off the iron, will not go. Rebound goes to St. Mary's. Has her pocket picked, though, and Bohannon has it. Whistle and a foul. Thought we might get a jump ball call. Instead, I believe they're going to call a hand check foul.
Yeah, Sierra Briseño has a look of indignation on her face over that foul call. It's still the right call. She picks up her first personal, the team's fourth. So another shot here at it with 13 seconds.
20-13 now. Rogers State not working against a shot clock. Inside to Schultz. Nice play set up. 2-point shot up, but will not go. She's fouled by Cormier.
So give them a chance to get 2 points here, down 7 with 6.6 seconds. And Briseño immediately picks up a second foul here before the first quarter can even end. So that'll put Schultz on the line, the 6'2" sophomore. I tell you what, normally a big post player, you don't see a really great free throw shot. You know, the old hack-a-shack theory. Well, this young lady can knock down a free throw. She steps up and hits the first one cold.
Second shot on the way is up, and it is in. Lauren Schultz, team's second leading scorer, 6 seconds, 5 seconds. St. Mary's trying to push it, going coast to coast, two-pointer up, will not go, trying to find the putback, and will not go, and that is the way we will end the first quarter, 20-15. Let's pitch it now down to Jose Harbor, our man on the sidelines. Jose.
Thanks, guys. I was listening into the timeout for St. Mary's. Coach is not too happy with the way they're playing on offense, thinks they've missed too many chip shots, that they're rushing things, so he wants them to slow it down. On the defensive side, they're giving up too many easy passes, he says. He wants them to shore it up. They do have the lead, but he feels that they could be just pulling out a little farther ahead, so let's see if they take that into consideration. Stay tuned as we come back. We'll be back with more Heartland Conference.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Back to live action at the UMAC Tulsa, Oklahoma. Schultz puts a two-point shot up and again as we welcome you back into the UMAC Center for the Heartland Conference Championship Tournament. Drew Brent, Corey Riggs, courtside. Jose Harbour is our man on the sideline. And as we take a look the other way, it looks like a charge. And partner, you called it.
Yeah, it was just one of those, if you talk to enough officials, you know that dropping the shoulder is an absolute no-no when you're making contact. And that time she just kind of dropped the shoulder to drive through her. Officials are right there, make the call, and we go the other way. Chet Martin, Tommy Proseis, and Vicky Roop, the officials today for this, our second Heartland Women's Conference quarterfinal game.
Schultz trying to drive inside, can't quite make it happen, and loses control of the basketball. St. Mary's will inbound. You know, one of the things that Jose touched on before the break was talking about how St. Mary's needed to slow things down. Missed too many chip shots is what Coach Martins was saying in the huddle, and so far we're seeing a more methodical pace.
Yeah, very different. They were wide open, kind of running and gutting, but missing layups.
Two-point shot on the way and in. There's Sierra Dixon, and that's the kind of shots that you can't miss when you have those wide open looks. They immediately took advantage. It's now a 5-point lead for St. Mary's.
Dixon, a 31% shooter from the floor. That's her 37th make of the season. As a team, they shoot about 37% from field goal range and about 27% from three-point land do the Rattlers.
Nedoroskova off the window, whistle and a foul, and it's a two-shot foul. I don't know which one they're going to call that one. They end up calling it on Kelani Marquez.
Coach Martins is going to have another line change here in the middle of Nikola Nedoroskova's free throws. This is really great platooning. A deep bench for St. Mary's allows them the luxury of short shifts. As Nedoroskova misses the first free throw, just able to send players in and out in waves.
Well, Natasha Kindred comes in for Rogers State as well. But what you're seeing is that depth. It's something we talked about in the previous game. I feel like it's going to be something we talk about throughout the course of this tournament. Depth is always something that a coach says is so important, and being able to get production from your bench, as Nedoroskova's second shot is on the way and good. So far, St. Mary's has done just that.
Well, when you look at the top and the bottom of the standings this season, sort of the haves and the have-nots, your St. Mary's, your St. Edwards, your Lubbock Christians, deep benches can play 9, 10 players in a game. When you look at Rogers State, Texas A&M International, Oklahoma Panhandle,
3 on the way.
They don't have that luxury.
And Panhandle didn't make the tournament, as you pointed out. Here's Dearman in the corner, trying to find Bohannon over on the far side. Now Rogers State not having too much of luck trying to find any kind of inside shot. Bohannon was looking inside, now going to drive it herself, and she gets the two-point shot up and in. And just as soon as I say that, she makes the drive inside the paint. 2-point ball game, 22-20. St. Mary's leads cut down to 2.
Well, Natasha Kindred was calling for it.
Three-pointer on the way, and Deanna LaBrail Fields, the 5'9" guard, puts it up and in, and it's still a 5-point game.
When these two teams met earlier this year, St. Mary's won them both at St. Mary's 75-61, and then at Rogers State 71-57. Looks like we're on pace for that type of score again this afternoon here in Tulsa.
Inside now looking. And they call the charge, that time Natasha Kindred. And we saw it from here, that shoulder dropped.
Kindred's first, the team's first here in quarter number 2, but that's just one of those point of emphasis that you hear early on in the season when officials get together and talk about things they're looking for. That and then the arm bar. You hear a lot of times an offensive player can put their forearm up, they can't extend it.
Two-pointer on the way. That was Fields. Not a great shot that time, but you hear Coach Martins. He's just to the right of our broadcast position, and
so you're going to hear him a lot.
Right, and you should be prepared for that. But but also, no, he is consistently a firecracker on the sideline. I like watching it.
Well, he's up and he's coaching. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. He's up communicating with his girls, trying to get the best out of them. We've got a lane violation here. Just camped out too long that time was Etheridge. Or, pardon me, Kindred.
Just couldn't find that inside shot. And there you see Coach Martins, as we were talking about him, consistently coaching, always got the eyes down. His team leads by 5.
He is in his 14th year at the school, his 11th year as the head coach of the Rattlers, and now his team turns it over, and that'll get him out of his crouch and back up and talking.
Nedoroskova eyed the 3, decided against it, pushed it to Dermond, and now she has it back again, trying to break the ankles of Fields. Will push it inside to Kindred, 2-pointer on the way in, and 1.
That was the first effective use of a little high-low game that time from their guard, getting down low, getting a good feed, and Kindred goes back across the grain, starts one way, cuts back into the paint, finishes with the and 1 here.
And you can see Tia Mason, the 6'3" junior for St. Mary's, the frustration on her face that time. She just got outplayed, but it was a great play by Kindred. Here's Alexia Torres, and what we know about her so far is that she will come at you. Here's Etheridge now inside, trying to find something, a little push off of Dearman, and still trying to, probably got away with that one that time, and still can't find any help. She pitches it out to Torres along the baseline, and now moves it out to the top of the circle, and Coach Martins is frustrated. 7 seconds on the shot clock. To Mason, 2-point shot will not go, and Coach Martins is having a near aneurysm on the sideline.
Well, that's the exact thing that we were talking about coming out of the sideline report. You do not miss jump shots from 10 foot in. You've got to make that shot, and she airballed that one, but here she rectifies the situation, comes down, pulls down a big rebound, and the Rattlers are attacking again.
Here's Etheridge in the paint, will now push it out to Porter. Porter loses her handle on it, hits the dirt. Now she's fouled. They're going to call that one on Carly Bohannon.
Well, they wanted a foul a couple of possessions earlier. Bohannon gets dinged for that one. That is her second now. Nobody really in foul trouble either way as of yet.
Inbounds pass to Porter will not go. Her shot will not go, I should say. And now a whistle and a foul. Carly Bohannon, number 3.
Yeah, she just matched her jersey number. I said nobody's really in foul trouble, and then Bohannon picks up her 3rd.
2 fairly quickly. First shot on the way and good. Marisha Porter, the second leading scorer on this Rattler squad, 12.3 points a game. You see her name a lot, 5.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists. A lot of production out of her for St. Mary's this year.
A great free throw shooter, maybe the best on the team at over 84%. She's nearing 100 free throws this season.
A lot of good free throw shooters in the Heartland Conference. 5 minutes to play here in this opening half. There's Dearman, can't find any help. Now there's Roberts back in as well. Here's Nedoroskova, top of the key, looking, can't find any help. She'll just take it herself. And then Kindred underneath loses her handle on the basketball. St. Mary's trying to pick it up, but a shot clock violation. It's going to be a turnover for St. Mary's anyway.
Yeah, it was almost a loose ball, but because the shot clock was into its final couple of seconds, the shot clock violation will end it, and that'll take us to a media break, or at least that's what the PA announcer says.
So we will go ahead and take that with them, partner. Just about 5 minutes left to go. 27-23 your score. Back with more on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
This is the U that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tamu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, find your future with us. We are UAFS.
Three-pointer on the way. It's up and it's in. Porter, the 5'6" sophomore guard, able to get a three-point shot as we welcome you back into the UMAC at Tulsa, Oklahoma. 30-23 your score. Drew Brent, Corey Riggs courtside, Jose Harbor, our sideline reporter. 30-23 in favor of the number 2 seeded St. Mary's Rattlers. And now Rogers State will push. It's Heather Roberts on the baseline, loses her handle on the basketball. Now it's a foot race. It's going to fly out of bounds.
Well, Nedorskova was waiting, shielding off the defender, thinking maybe they might have called a touch. Nobody did touch it as it rolled into backcourt, so they turned the ball over to St. Mary's here. Chance to add to this 7-point advantage here in the back half of the second quarter.
Here's Etheridge in the paint trying to find a shot. No foul call that time. She ran into a couple of defenders who were ready for that one.
Darian Jackson for the Hillcats got all ball that time. A nice move by the 5'9" freshman.
Here's Roberts on that far side, now looking. She moved to the top of the key and gets it back to Nedorskova, who will push it to Stroud inside. Schultz inside, I should say. Three-pointer on the way. Will it go? It's up and it's in. Was that a long two? 30-25, your score. Here's Torres now, trying to drive inside, looking for some help. Porter to Mason. Let's go to Jose Harbor, our man on the sideline. Jose?
Thanks, guys. I was listening to Rogers State Coach Cope's comments during the last timeout. He was telling his team that, don't try to rush anything. We're still in this game. They're only up. They're only down by 5 points at the moment. So I told them they really want to work on that post play. Work inside, work outside, because they feel like they can really do a good job hitting those threes on the perimeter. So let's see if they can stick to that game plan. But he just wanted to let them know that they're definitely still in this game. Guys,
right. Jose, appreciate that report. And one of the things that he mentioned is we're still in this game. And still in this game. Don't try to take too many things that you don't have to take. Slow it down, play our game. And so far, I'm not necessarily seeing that out of Rogers State.
Well, it's a 5-point game. We're in the first half, but this is a win in advance, lose and go home situation in a postseason tournament as Etheridge goes to the free throw line here and a little too strong off the heel that time. I tell you what I find interesting is they talk about wanting to establish that post presence and get that play in the post. I think their best post presence so far in this one has been when their sophomore, Lauren Schultz, has been in. She was on the bench for a while early in the second quarter. She's back on the floor. See if that interior game changes with big number 55 back down on the blocks.
Madison Dearman also back in now. And she receives the pass from Roberts. Here's Nedorskova at the top of the key looking, picks up her dribble. Has it broken up by Arisha Porter. And another good defensive play that time by St. Mary's, and the inbounds pass is going to come from Dearman. Dearman to Nedorskova. Inside, 2-point shot off the window. Nice little kiss off the glass, and that was textbook.
And a nice job just kind of slithering through the traffic in the lane, use the window and get the finish.
Here's Torres to Porter. Porter to Etheridge inside, turnaround along the baseline. Took a step or two and didn't get galled. And here's Nedorskova between the circles now. 2:28 to play. It's a 3-point ball game. Rogers State hanging in. Just a one-possession game, and they look to potentially tie it up on this possession. Chamberlain.
Wow,
nice contact there.
Just an ill-advised three by Mason, so far away from the basket. I mean, they were between the circles. Mason way out of position, a forward on a guard all the way out at midcourt. You see the hip check here nearly sends Chamberlain to the ground. Instead, though, that'll get Mason out of the game, and they'll get a shot here at it with 2:17. Bobby Cope's team trading blows with the number 2 seed here in the Heartland postseason tournament.
Feels a bit like a big fight feel between these two teams, just trading blows as Nedoroscova dishes inside, looking, finds Schultz off the glass. She tries to get her own rebound, but a jump ball is called, and that might have been a lucky break for St. Mary's because Schultz had both hands on it.
Kiera Etheridge that time giving up about 3 inches, but a young lady from San Antonio still able to get the tie up. And see, sometimes you see it, Drew, where good defensive plays tend to lead to good offensive plays on the other end. See if 13 doesn't get a look at the basket this time down.
Fields is being harassed inside. Torres back to Fields, and Fields wasn't ready for it. Torres, like a firecracker, flying around out there, and you hear Coach Martins asking, what are you doing?
She looked like she was shot out of a cannon that time, going for that loose ball.
Take a look at this replay.
This is not much here. You're talking 5'4" guard. She goes Supergirl, lays out everything but the red cape, but she doesn't get the call. The ball goes back to Rogers State.
And if you'll notice, the floor that they're playing on here in the UMAC is elevated about an inch, inch and a half, and so you're hitting an edge. That's a tough play for Torres, but she's still out there. Here's Nedoroscova at the top. Inside, now back to Nedoroscova, open 3, she's up, and we're tied. Nikola Nedoroscova, the 5'9" junior from Slovakia, nets it all up. Coach Martins wants a timeout.
Nedoroscova left wide open at the top of the key, and you knew she was just going to knock this one down. A tie was just, we were waiting for it to happen, and she's able to pop it and knocks it down. 30-30 the score, and that was a good-looking shot for the point guard for the Hillcats.
Corey, let's go inside to these huddles for just a few minutes. Let's talk about it from a coaching philosophy standpoint. What are you telling your teams from both ends?
Well, right now, you heard Jose mention it before. The Hillcats are just realizing, hey, we're in this game. We've tied it up now. There's not much discussion there. Just keep with the game plan. The difference is now for St. Mary's. You've heard Coach Jason Martins to our side imploring his troops to slow down, use their heads. They've just had some sloppy plays, some unforced errors that have led to turnovers that have seen their lead just erode here. See if maybe they don't finally pump the brakes here, get into a half-court set, and do what St. Mary's does best.
Minute 15 to play here. Fields at the top. We'll move it inside to Porter, and now Fields back. Looking at it, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Nice turnaround, 2-point shot will not go. The rebound goes to Dearman. Dearman will kick it to Nedoroscova. Now looking at the wing, 3-point shot on the way. Up off the iron, will not go. There's Schultz using that size advantage with the rebound, and they're going to reset. 49 seconds to play here in this first half.
She averages 6.5 rebounds a night, and here's another steal.
Coast to coast, 2-point shot up off the glass and good. There's Porter, that 5'6" sophomore guard. Rogers State calls the timeout. All right, we're going to take it with them. The final few seconds of this first half, right after this timeout, here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
And we welcome you back to the UMAC in Tulsa. 36 seconds left in this first half. St. Mary's leads 32-30. Rogers State has it in the backcourt. Now push it to Nedoroscova. About a 6-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Nedoroscova trying to hold as long as she can. 14 on the shot clock, 18 on the game clock. moving left to right between the circles. Can't find anything inside. Schultz nearly loses her handle on it. 2-point shot. It's up and in. We're tied with 10 seconds left in the first half. Good ball movement that time. Now here's Porter trying to move it. Here's Fields at the top, going to try to get it inside. Loses her handle on the basketball. Rogers State with the steal. Nedoreskova will hold on. We are tied up at the half. St. Mary's, the number 2 seed, knotted up with Rogers State, the number 7 seed. Great first half for Rogers State.
Absolutely. They got the three-point shot going late in the second quarter. They forced turnovers. They never deviated from their game plan, and lo and behold, you look up at the scoreboard, and we've got 32s on both sides going into the intermission.
Well, stay with us, folks, because the second half can only be even more exciting. So that's coming up next here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all.
It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Heartland Conference. Get in the game. Heartland Conference. Get in the game.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Women's Basketball Championships, March 21st, 22nd, and 24th at Alumni Hall in Columbus, Ohio. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
Sportsmanship is defined as the conduct and attitude of participants in sports, especially when considered commendable, as in fair play, courtesy, and grace in winning or losing.
Sportsmanship is a key value found within St. Edward's University Athletic.
How do you play?
Fairness.
Honesty.
Respect.
Playing sports gives us
character.
Friendship.
Strength. Respect the players.
Respect the coaches.
Respect the officials.
Respect the game.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are St. Edward's University.
We respect the game. It's not whether you win or lose, it's how you play the game.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation. When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future and transformed how I see my world.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
He is the God who sees me. He knows who I am becoming and who I will one day be. The kingdom of God. This is no small stake. With all my heart, mind, and strength, I will answer the call.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
We open our arms to students from around the corner and from around the world.
No matter where we're from, all Dust Devil student athletes play for the love of our sport, the love of our team, and the love of our university. If you can play here, you can play.
If you can play, you can play.
Om du kan spela, så kan du spela.
Si můžeš hrát, můžeš hrát.
Si puedes jugar, puedes jugar.
If you can play, you can play.
This is the U that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tamu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be, find your future with us. We are UAFS.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
We are here today in the Rip Griffin Center at the men's and women's basketball games, and we presented a wish to Angel Martinez. We brought him in as our guest. Throughout the whole game, we would have little contests and things that he would win. Our first surprise was to do a name drawing, and then he got a signed basketball from our basketball players. Our second surprise for Angel was he got to go on the court and drive a remote control car into each Star Wars figure, and every one that he hit, he got a prize. And then his final surprise was a fake costume contest, which it was actually his wish reveal that we got to grant him.
So everybody thinks this is a costume contest, but it actually isn't. We're actually here for someone much more special to us. So that special someone is Angel Martinez. You're going to Legoland!
The best part about this is that all of the athletes and a lot of the community here at LSU get to come together and work really hard to raise this money just so that we can make someone's day extremely special.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, This place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting opportunity, protecting welfare, and fostering a positive image. Who is SAC?
SAC members are student athletes supporting other student athletes. SAC members vote on rules, partner with great organizations such as Make-A-Wish and Team Impact, and build pride on campus and in the community.
There are 3 different levels of SAC to get involved in. At the campus level, there are 307 Division II institutions that sponsor SAC. Each campus SAC is led by an athletic administrator and a committee made up of student athletes from a variety of athletic teams.
There are 24 Division II conferences, each with their own conference SAC. The representatives share best practices, success stories, and new ideas that can be brought back to each campus SAC.
The National SAC is made up of 1 student athlete from each of the 24 Division II conferences. These student athletes are your voice.
We welcome you back to the UMAC in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Game number 2 of the 2017 Heartland Conference. Tournament number 2 and number 7 matching up. St. Mary's and Rogers State were knotted up at 32. Drew Brent, Corey Riggs, courtside. Jose Harbor, our man, on the sidelines as we open up the 3rd quarter. Madison Dearman turns the ball over, and it will be St. Mary's ball.
Too many steps that time and a wasted opening possession for Rogers State. Obviously, a lot of conversations at halftime, Drew, about what you were going to do second half, what you're going to change, and obviously turning the ball over, not part of the plan for Rogers State.
Coming up a little bit later in this broadcast, an interview with the Heartland Commissioner. We're looking very much to that. Jose Harbor will have that one here in just a little bit. Right now we are tied up at 32.
Tony Stigliano saw him working earlier today, man, delivering programs and media guides and everything else. One of the hardest working commissioners around, not just sitting around and watching basketball. He's out running the tournament.
Keilani Marquez has the ball bounce off of her foot and fly out of bounds. The inbounds pass is going to come to LaBrail Fields. 5'9" senior out of Augusta, Georgia, looking for somebody to pass to, and she gets it inside to Etheridge. Just under 10 minutes to play here in this 3rd quarter.
Nedorskova doing a good job, not a lot of height, but to really kind of impede the inbounds play that time with just a lot of ferocity.
Here's Fields losing her handle on the basketball. Again, a couple of mistakes from both of these squads coming out here in this second half. Here's Etheridge, 2-point shot off the glass. It's up and in, 34-32.
That was a hard fought two that time, Drew. She really had to spin, almost kind of put her arm out and to get herself clear, get a path to the basket, and knock down the first two to break up the tie, and then a second mental error on Rogers State as they have turned over the ball on their first 2 possessions.
And that was Heather Roberts with the double dribble that time, and she was you can see her right there, the frustration on her face. She was one of the keys to that first half rally to tie everything up, and now Porter is on the inside looking, finds Etheridge at the top of the key, will kick it over to Fields. And the thing is that right now, St. Mary's, you're seeing coming out of this into the second half, slower, better ball movement, better ball control, a little more methodical.
Tyra Cormier showing you a little bit of why she was voted the Heartland Conference Co-Freshman Player of the Year. She had a quiet first half, but obviously establishing some presence in the paint, part of one of the keys here in the 3rd quarter for St. Mary's.
Roberts, 3-pointer on the way. It's up and it's in. Heather Roberts, 5'8", redshirt junior out of Colleyville, Texas, puts up a tray ball. Rogers State takes a 1-point lead.
She is perfect so far from 3-point land, Drew. 2 for 2 on the afternoon.
Keilani Marquez, 2 and 1. And we're going to say that was a charge on Marquez. I misread that call. And so now Rogers State with a 1-point deficit. Here's Neda Raskova. Out to Roberts now this time. She had a double dribble on her last possession. Nearly lost possession of it again. Now inside, turnaround, 2-point shot goes Natasha Kindred. And Roberts, you have to watch that because that's twice now on consecutive possessions for ball control, and mental errors have been a factor.
It has been. You see 2 early turnovers, but that time they get back to what works. They get Kindred down on the block. She's got 7 points and 4 rebounds.
And there it is, LaBrelle Fields tray ball from downtown, 39-37.
Rattlers shoot 32% as a team from three-point land. They didn't get very many in the air in the first half.
And up and over call is going to go to St. Mary's now.
This is now just the 3rd turnover, and we've played about 3 minutes here. So
and they're not forced turnovers. That's the thing. It's mental error turnovers here.
To borrow a term from tennis, I like to call them unforced errors, where you just make those mental mistakes. And St. Mary's trying to take over here.
Here's Cormier, 2-point shot off the on, will not go. Roberts with some ferocity gets in there and gets that rebound. Take it across the timeline. She's going to try to go coast to coast. Picks it out. 3-pointer on the way. It's up and it's in. Courtney Smith from downtown, and it's a 1-point ball game.
Courtney Smith's first make of the day. She was 0 for 1.
Here's Etheridge off the iron. Rebounds underneath, 2-pointer up, and I couldn't see. Coach was in the way. It goes in.
Count it and 1. The foul going against Rogers State's guard, the junior, Nikola Nedraskova. So the and 1 opportunity here for Porter, the all-conference honorable mention, and she sends it through.
It's at a 42-40 game, a 1-possession ball game here, and now St. Mary's, you're seeing them put the pressure on in the backcourt. 3-pointer from Roberts on the way, who drastically overshoots that. Needed really to slow that pace down. Now St. Mary's in transition, trying to move it. 3-pointer on the way from Fields. She knocks it up and in.
They are really starting to get their stroke from three-point land, and that is making all the difference in the world. Coach Cope needs a timeout here.
Bobby Cope calls a timeout. We're going to take it with them. More to come here in Game 2 of the 2017 Heartland Conference Championship. Don't go anywhere.
Enough. Yeah, I'm over it.
We shouldn't need commercials to tell you we're powerful.
No thanks. Genders don't play sports. Athletes do.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
In any way that we can.
To get a friend home safe.
To never blame the victim.
It's on us.
To stand up.
To make our community safe for all. It's on us.
It's on us to look out for each other at parties.
It's on us.
To be more than just a bystander.
To step up and say something.
It's on us, all of us.
To stop sexual assault. Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
So we're pretty excited. We have schools in Kansas and Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas. So we think that we do a great job. Our basketball is very good. So if people want to come out and watch it, they'll really see some very good talent both on the men and the women's side.
I mean, it must be a tough job for you getting this all kind of getting together.
Well, I have a good staff. I have Leslie Schumann and Brandon Tripp and some folks that work for us as not employees. but they do a nice job, and there's a lot of planning into this. And our leadership council, which is our athletic directors, do a great job in organizing it also. So, every year you learn something. So last year was a great year. This year will even be better.
There's some great teams in this, including Lubbock, Texas. They won the national championship last year. I mean, just talk about the kind of the competition we got.
Well, it's very tough. I mean, I'll start with the men. We had 3 co-champions this year, and everyone, as I said, they didn't have winning. A lot of the schools didn't have winning records, but the fact that they're all equal and are very, very good, they just beat up each other every game. So I think this tournament will prove that the men's side is going to be very good competition, and the women's side's the same way. We've got 6 or 7 teams that just play very strong. Look here today, you can see 2 teams right now. It's a close game, and so it's a tough competition.
Some people may not know, but this is a high school gymnasium. I mean, just kind of talk about the arena and
well, the arena is unbelievable. Someone mentioned to me today that one of the Division I conferences played here, and they didn't like it. And I'm thinking, come on, this is the fans are right there with you. The facilities are super. The parking's great. It's just a great atmosphere. So we're very excited about being here.
I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hope for a great rest of the conference.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Drew, I'll send it back to you guys.
All righty, Jose, thank you so much, and we appreciate the commissioner for taking some time out. 45-40 is your score right now, Corey.
While we were talking to the commissioner, they flipped a foul call that had occurred at midcourt. They had credited Nicola Nedorskova with personal foul. Instead, they flipped that to Courtney Smith, just a little combination 2 versus 12.
2-point shot will not go. That time for Porter on the other end. Just about 5 minutes left to play here in this third quarter. And here's Nedorskova.
And that's important. She only came off the floor for 1 minute during the first half, Drew. She really kind of runs this offense for the Hillcats.
They're really trying to put the pressure to keep her away from the inside. As you know, she will drive the lane and kick it out. Now 2-point shot up off the glass, and it is up and good for Natasha Kindred.
Natasha Kindred got in space that time. She's got 9 points now and a great lead in on the pass.
On the other end, Fields, you think she may have eyed that 3. That's what a push off. They're going to call the whistle on a foul.
She had a good screen to work off of that time, but passed up the 3 to go for the high percentage shot.
So 4:21 left to play here in this third quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. More of Game 2 of the 2017 Heartland Conference Tournament Championship right after this on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
When you meet a St. Mary's graduate, when you meet anybody that has any sort of involvement with St. Mary's, you'll see that they're all good people. In fact, they're great people that care about the community, that care about what they do on a daily basis. And I'm proud to have had the opportunity to attend a university that cares so much about community, about students, and really does give back in a way that can't be matched around the nation.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
And we welcome you back to the UMAC here at Tulsa, Oklahoma. 2017 Heartland Conference Tournament Championship. Sideline man Jose Harbor here courtside. I'm Drew Brent alongside Corey Riggs. An inbounds pass to St. Mary's now, and here comes Tyra Cormier, 6-foot freshman. And St. Mary's trying to slow things down. It looks like, at least be a little more methodical. They've got better ball movement this half. It's a 3-point lead for the Rattlers. Two-pointer up will not fall. Roberts with the rebound, and they're going to push it the other way. Hillcats are tied up in the backcourt.
That's your defensive player of the year right there in Fields. She's going to end up getting the foul, but she nearly had the takeaway before the personal foul would be called. She was almost able to get a steal there in backcourt, and it would have been just an easy run to the basket to add to the three-point lead that St. Mary's has here in the third.
Carly Bohannon is checked back into the ballgame. Remember, she got 3 fouls in the first half, and so they're having to limit her time a little bit. Rogers State being harassed in the paint. Two-point shot will go up and in and one.
Boy, I like the way Natasha Kindred plays. She plays with power. She plays with passion. That time on the post again, fights through the defense, gets the basket, and man, that one used every inch of the iron to kind of bounce, roll, and then fall for the chance at the end.
Could tie it up here, and she misses it. And Rogers State with the rebound, though, and this is the kind of veracity we were talking about in that first half, playing with some urgency this time. And underneath, whistle and a foul. We're going back to the free throw line, and I think they're going to send Roberts. Yeah, they are. Take a look at it again here on instant replay underneath. Good form, just can't quite get the shot to go up over the hoop.
You had Etheridge and Cormier both there. They give the foul to Cormier, so the co-freshman of the year ends up with 3 personals now, the 6-foot freshman. And they put Rogers State back at the line shooting for the tie.
And that's it. Next shot could take the lead, and I don't know how many lead changes we've had in this game, but feels like at least a dozen or so. It's been very back and forth between these two teams. And when we were talking to the analysts before this game, you know, talking to officials, people who are very familiar with both of these teams as Robert strains the other one, they said, you know, Rogers State, this is not the team that is typical for Rogers State. This is not a team that is as good as teams past, hanging in there with the number 2 seed.
No, you look at their schedule, Drew. They never won back-to-back games all year. Now, they got 8 wins, but never back-to-back. They lost 3 games in a row 3 different times. But today, in a one-and-done scenario, anybody can play with anybody, and that's what they're doing with the number 2 seed.
Abreu Fields is harassed underneath by Lauren Schultz. And it's going to be a Rogers State turnover. They're going to get the basketball. Darian Jackson will inbound.
Watch here as you see St. Mary's trying to get around. Good defense, getting there, beat them to the spot. Now look at the pressure by St. Mary's here.
That foot was just barely planted by Darian Jackson. Got away with one there maybe, but she was harassed by the Rattlers.
She didn't have much more down than a toe pick if she was wearing ice skates.
Here's Schultz, 2-pointer on the way, up and over.
Like a bad bounce in Plinko. That one just went all the way up and over.
Did you make a Price is Right reference?
Well, yeah.
All right.
We started early in the day. We're cutting into my Price is Right viewing time.
Enjoy the Golden Corral 430 as we move to the other side of the court now. Long 2 on the way this time from Porter. Cannot get it to fall. Rogers State with the rebound. It looks like Schultz again. They're going to drive the basket across. Here's Bohannon again. She gets harassed by Etheridge. Etheridge in transition. 2-point layup off the glass and good.
A steal and a chance to take the lead back, and more of this 2-2-1 press now. And look at this, the press is led to a turnover.
Incredible ball handling skills that time by Porter. She can't make it fall, but you saw the defensive pressure in the backcourt resulting in a nice little advantage. If they can get that shot to fall, they have an opportunity to really blow this one open.
Well, Bobby Cope's got to talk to his guards about how to handle and break down this 2-2-1 press, because it's really giving them fits right now. And St. Mary's going back to the free throw line. They got the lead back on the last possession. They can add to it here. A good job at the line there by Porter. She's an 84% free throw shooter on the season. More than 75 makes from the charity stripe.
When you're a B-plus free throw shooter, you don't send that shooter to the line. And that's exactly what Rogers State did. Drains them both, does Porter. And you don't see very many free throw shooters who are in that 80 to 85 percentile. You just don't see it very often. That's a special player.
Well, no, the only time you usually see it on the stats is if you look down and it's 83%. Oh, because she's 5 for 6 on the season.
Right.
On a small sample size, you see it, but she shot well over 100 free throws this season.
Neda Raskova now working between the circles. She's been a big part of this Roger State offense, as has that young lady right there. Lauren Schultz drives to the basket, gets 2 points and 1. They're going to call that one on Tia Mason.
Look at the smile on Lauren Schultz's face. Watch this. Head fake would make Barry Hinson proud over at Southern Illinois. She plays through the contact, gets it to go, and gets mobbed by her teammates. A huge and one, and the 6'2" star converts the traditional three-point play, and they swing the pendulum back now.
Momentum swings have been, I don't even know what you would say. They've been there's been so many of them in this game. Another 2-point shot off the glass. St. Mary's came into this game favored. Now Heather Roberts. Lose the basketball, and now coming back into St. Mary's, it'll be Alexia Torres. Officials are talking over here at the scorer's table to make sure that there's
some conversation about whether or not the scoreboard's right. They have it as a tie-in here in the truck. We have it as 49-48 Rogers State, and I'm pretty sure that the bucket down here was the tie, and the free throw gave them the lead.
So here's Torres between the circles now. Inside Etheridge looking in the paint. Will kick it back out to Fields. Three-pointer on the way, will not fall. Here's Roberts now with the rebound. Rogers State looking to try to swing momentum back. Etheridge harassing her in the backcourt. Roberts, look at the ball handling skills, loses her handle on it, tries to call a timeout, but not before the jump ball gets called.
Wow, Porter and Fields just absolutely double teamed her at midcourt. She tried. It was an incredible job. You said the handles for Heather Roberts just to stay alive in between that double team as long as she did before they finally tied her up. But holy cow.
If you saw, I mean, and you see here coming off and you're coming in onto the bench right there, the ball handling on that play was just absolutely incredible. It's exactly what you want to see out of a Division II player. Very, very solid. Here's Tia Mason now, and give it off to Fields. Fields will dish back to Mason. Mason was not ready for it, and Coach Martins was not happy about that.
Well, it was a great give and go that time. LaBreaux Fields and Tia Mason going back and forth, a little big, little inside out, and that time Fields made the extra pass back. Mason missed the high percentage shot, but he'll have a chance at the free throw line here.
First shot is on the way, and it is good. St. Mary's will retake the lead 50-49.
Mason, a better than 57% free throw shooter, 20 of 34 on the season.
Second shot. That backcourt press now being applied. Neda Raskova loses her handle on it, and here comes Mason.
They just haven't been able to figure out that 2-2-1 press, Drew.
Fields on the baseline, loses it again, and Neda Raskova in the backcourt. That defensive pressure, there it is again. You're just seeing it in transition. Torres loses her handle on it. It's a dogfight down there at the half-court stripe, and they were able to, Rogers State that is, able to come up with the basketball. These officials letting them play. 10 seconds in the third quarter.
If you like rugby, we had a scrum right at midcourt.
Dishing to the paint, Neda Raskova for a three, it's up, and it's in! How about the young woman from Slovakia making that tray ball, and my goodness, what an incredible showing in that third quarter by Rogers State. We are back with the fourth and final quarter of Game 2 right after this timeout on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future. And transformed how I see my world.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college.
Welcome back to the UMAC. Fourth quarter action. It is a 52-50 game. Rogers State in St. Mary's. St. Mary's on the other end trying to fight for the basketball, and it's getting chippy there on the court. Drew Briggs courtside here along with you. Jose Harbor, our sideline man. Foul called.
Lauren Schultz doing battle that time with Tyra Cormier, and they're going to get Schultz with the foul. That's the first personal foul of the day for Rogers State's leading scorer. She's got 15 points, gets her first foul. They were just fighting for the loose ball, Drew.
It's exactly that. And now Tia Mason has it in the paint. Will get it out to Fields. 2-point shot will not fall. And there's Schultz again. Let's go to Jose Harbor, our man on the sideline. Jose.
Thanks, guys. I was listening into the St. Mary's timeout, and Coach was just preaching about containment. He was upset that the Rogers State has been able to flash in front of him and get to the basket fairly easily. Didn't really say much about the turnovers, but he stressed the word containment several times.
Thank you, Jose. And to his point, the fact of the matter is they've not been able to contain that inside, forcing outside shots. 3-point shot up on the way, and it is good for Porter. And back to Jose's point, containment has to be the key on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, right now it's a bigger problem for Rogers State now after that timeout than it is for the Rattlers, as they are going to come out and extend their defense here. Look at how they're going to change the lanes and not give any open runs to the basket for the Hillcats.
Nedoreskova looked inside, couldn't find the look she wanted. Less than 10 minutes to play here. Cross-court pass, and that was gorgeous. Three-pointer on the way, would not go, and Cormier comes up with the rebound. Here's Porter going coast to coast now on the far side wing. Tries to dish it inside. What a power shot. Coming in like a missile on that. And we're still getting chippy over on that far side. Good sportsmanship over there. But a lot of contact. But let's just go back to that for just a minute. We're looking over here from our position. Schultz comes out of nowhere.
She looked like a linebacker on a blitz that time, Drew. She just came off the weak side, the blind side, and ran through another player fighting for the ball. That personal foul call, I believe, was against Bohannon.
Which, if that is right, that would make that her fourth.
So I'm looking up on the scoreboard. They only have 3 up there, but she's had 3 for 3 quarters.
There's Nedoreskova. Far side now, cross-court pass. Looks like Roberts. Three-pointer on the way, will not go. St. Mary's basketball. Just under 8 minutes to play. St. Mary's holding on to a small lead.
Maybe they got Nedoreskova with the foul that time, and instead she had only had 1. She's got 2 now, so maybe it was Rogers State 2 instead of 3.
Etheridge, 2-pointer, will not go. She misses it, and I believe they're going to call her for the walk that time.
It's Schultz again. No, she stepped out of bounds because Schultz capped her. She blocked the shot clean over the top, and when Etheridge came down with the ball, she was out of bounds.
6'2" sophomore Lauren Schultz, you just saw her right there. She has been the beast incarnate for this Rogers State team.
I tell you what, and I'm amazed she comes off the bench. She comes off the bench. I'd say she's going to be in the starting lineup next year. I guarantee it after a weekend of work like this.
Here comes Marquez in the backcourt. Will push it now to Porter. Porter going inside the paint. 2-pointer off the glass. It's up and in. You hear Coach Martin saying, push it, push it, push it. They extend their lead.
Porter is at her best when she attacks the rim, and look at Rogers State figuring out a way to break that press now with a long pass up court.
Here's Netta Raskova now inside. 2-point shot will not fall that time for Kindred. It's going the other way. Here's Etheridge. Etheridge out to Fields inside. 2-pointer off the glass. Can't make that chip shot, and that's what, once again, another issue they had. But Cormier able to get it back out to Etheridge this near side.
Well, that's just great effort that time by Cormier. The freshman was going back to get back on the defensive end and makes the save, and now runs back down to set a screen.
6:45 to play. 2-pointer on the way. It will go up. It will go in. That's Porter that time.
Porter's scoop shot with the left hand has just been working here in the fourth quarter. She has been able to drive that left side of the lane, guard with the right side of her body, and finish with the window.
That's a 5-point lead now for St. Mary's, the 2 seed. There's Netta Raskova trying to work between the circles, being closely guarded by Porter. Gets screened, does Porter, and now she's double teamed. Is Netta Raskova. 3-pointer on the way. It's up, it's in. Carly Bohannon with the tray ball.
Number 3 nets another 3, and they put brand new nets up when we were in here before the day started. They got to keep knocking them down the way they're shooting these threes.
It's 57 to 55. Rogers State down by. So here's Torres in the backcourt. Between the circles now she goes. Trying to set the offense. You see Porter along the baseline trying to find Etheridge. Marquez looking, nearly loses her handle on it, and she does. Just under 6 minutes to play, Corey, here, and I'm telling you what, we're seeing some very physical basketball here on the other end.
They're playing hard on both ends of the floor right now. Coaches all standing up, working hard.
It's tournament basketball. 2-pointer on the way for Etheridge, way overshot Torres. It's a shot clock violation.
Well, if you didn't realize the calendar had flipped to March in the last couple of days, this basketball ought to tell you.
Inbounds pass forthcoming from Rogers State. It's going to come in the form of Heather Roberts. Redshirt junior out of Colleyville, Texas. Winner goes on, loser goes home. And it's Bohannon moving across the time stripe. Both teams playing with a sense of urgency here. Bohannon, I'm sure that Rogers State is happy to have her back after missing much of the first half. And underneath, St. Mary's putting on that defensive pressure. It's been a story for them all game. Here's Fields. Fields inside to Etheridge. Etheridge cannot get that chip shot. Once again, the ball movement is there. They just can't make the shot.
Yeah, that wasn't as much of a chip shot that time, Drew, as it was. She was really far underneath the basket. It was a bad angle. The fact that she got it up at all was probably a tribute to her athleticism.
3-pointer on the way. It's up and it's in. Amazing. Another one from Heather Roberts. Now between the circles is St. Mary's. 4:45 to play. Number 2 seed trying to survive. Porter now out to Fields, inside, driving the lane, gets it inside, 2-point shot up to Tia Mason, the 6'3" junior, makes her presence felt. Timeout called. St. Mary's, we're going to take it with them. More to come on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
The academics at LCU, they're very strenuous, but they're worthwhile.
I would honestly say that the academics are top-notch. Being in small classrooms and getting to have those personal relationships with your professors really enhances the academic environment and academic experience. It's very easy to learn when you have professors who genuinely know you and genuinely care about your growth intellectually.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU,
this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
Do you want more recognition for your team?
Who should I ask if I have any problems? How can I share my ideas?
How can you get involved and make it yours? Joining Student Athlete Advisory Committee allows your voice to be heard.
The mission of SAC is to enhance the total student athlete experience by promoting.
Welcome back to the UMAC 2017 Heartland Conference Championship. The number 2 seed, St. Mary's, taking on the number 7 Rogers State. 60-58, St. Mary's leads. Drew Brink, Corey Riggs courtside, Jose Harbor, the man on the sideline. Three-pointer on the way, will not fall for Rogers State. Whistle and a foul.
Ow. That hurt from here. She went down hard that time. A hard drive to the floor that time, but Heather Roberts able to get up. It's 4 fouls, however, on Kalani Marquez.
Take a look at it again, and whoo! Clothesline that hard would win her the women's championship in professional wrestling. Heather Roberts has had such an incredible game so far. I mean, her ball handling skills have been incredible. Now they're moving the ball very, very well, but we're talking about her outside shooting, her inside presence. She's done very well for Rogers State this game.
11 points, 4 rebounds, a couple assists for Miss Roberts.
Here's Fields in the backcourt. St. Mary's trying to push it. They are up by 2. Etheridge on that far side now looking. Working the circle now are the Rattlers. Fields has already proven she can shoot the 3, decides not to, sends it inside to Mason. That 2-point shot will not fall. Nedoreskova called for the walk.
Just more pressure defense. Since Coach Martins has instituted that press, they have probably turned that over 5 times now, just because of the pressure defense up the court, and that has led them to a 2-point lead. Now they've got the 2-point lead and the ball.
The inbounds pass goes to Porter, and she's working it to our side here. St. Mary's, good ball control, 20 seconds left, 2-point shot from Fields on the way, it's up and in. It's now a 2-possession game. Every shot counts here. Every point's at a premium in the final 4 minutes, final 3.5 minutes of this ball game.
Fields has 17 points now, but Porter has 19 to lead all scorers.
Inside dish, nice job that time underneath, off the glass. You see Porter pushing it now. St. Mary's trying to go methodical, trying to get some ball control, just flings it out of bounds. Well, mistakes like that will translate to points if done correctly.
You get another Natasha Kindred basket on the opposite end, makes it a 2-point game. A turnover here on a bad pass, and they're right back in it. Now we had a little bit of a clock snafu.
Just trying to decide how much time to put back on the clock, I believe. The inbounds pass is going to come from Madison Dermott.
Our official Chet Martin right in front of our broadcast position. I think told him to put it back to, I thought he said put it back to 7, so he's talking about 27 on the shot clock.
2:45 to play. It's a 2-point game. The winner goes on, the loser goes home. Working between the circles now is Nedoreskova. Inside dish will fly out of bounds. Last touch. The conversation's happening. Now we'll find out who. St. Mary's ball.
Thought it was last touched by number 13 for Rogers State. Thought Kindred had touched it last, and it looks like it was her left hand that reached out there. The St. Mary's players wisely let it go, and they're the beneficiaries of the call with the ball.
Up by 2, trying to make this a 2-possession ball game. Shot is blocked by Kindred, clean underneath, and now Nedoreskova will push it across the timeline with 2 minutes to play.
She and Schultz both have a couple of blocks in this matchup today.
Nedorskova trying to find something, loses her handle on the basketball. St. Mary's has it in transition, trying to avoid Heather Roberts this time, and inside goes Porter. Porter to the outside, looks for Fields. Found her in the corner, but she didn't take the shot, and it's Porter between the circles, slowing things down. They have a 2-point lead, trying to make this a 2-possession game. Inside now, off the glass, 2-point shot, goes up, it goes in, and one. Those kinds of plays late in the game, especially during tournament time, these are the ones where tournament championships are really decided.
Well, and Kiera Etheridge is the type of player, Drew, that you want to have the ball in her hands. I say you've got her, you've got Fields, and that time it was Fields. They both are kind of 1A and 1B on scoring options, both of them average in double digits, and here she's able to convert the traditional three-point play. It's now a 2-possession game with 90 seconds to go.
A little more urgency now from Rogers State. Timeout from Bobby Cope. And we are going to take it with them. The final 90 seconds of this ball game coming up right after this on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
If you're the band Europe, you love a final countdown. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Final 90 seconds of game 2. 65-60 St. Mary's leads. Three-pointer on the way, will not go. Rebound goes to St. Mary's, and they're pushing into transition. Porter has it on the near side, now trying to slow things down. 1:07 to play in the game, 20 seconds on the shot clock. 5-point lead for St. Mary's. Porter accidentally broke some ankles there.
Well, she looks over to the coach who's telling her to slow down, telling her not to go, and she's like, I was completely wide open and you still won't let me go. What do I got to do to get the green light here?
The inbounds pass going to come from Fields directly in front of our broadcast position here. She gets it into Porter, whistle and a foul.
Be the third personal foul and the fourth team foul against Rogers State. Third personal against Nedorskova.
Fields inbounds again. 52.5 seconds left. 65-60 is the score. St. Mary's leads it. Just trying to kill the clock. Coach Martin's telling his team, slow it down, forcing the foul, and Nedorskova fouls.
That'll be number 4 as she has become the designated fouler to get us to the number that they need, which is 5 fouls. And now they're able to put Porter on the line.
44.9 seconds left. 5-point differential. Make that a 6-point differential. As Porter sinks her first one.
You can hear Bobby Cope talking to his team about got to look to score, got to get the ball up the floor quickly here. Down by more than 2 possessions here.
Here's Nedorskova now. Between the circles, urgently trying to find some passing and find some scoring very quickly. 35 seconds left. St. Mary's just swarming on that defense. Roberts, three-pointer on the way, will not go. Scramble for the basketball. Etheridge with the rebound, gets it inside, whistle and a foul.
Heather Roberts trips her up, and Porter will walk back down to the other end of the court and go back to the charity stripe. That possession just took way too long that time, Drew. They could not get a clean look at the basket. The defense by St. Mary's was suffocating.
Nearly 10 seconds taken off in that possession, just trying to find some quick scoring, but could not find it. And as you mentioned, that defense, swarming is the right word. Once they've instituted that press in the backcourt and now just this swarming defense, Rogers State has not necessarily had an answer. They've had a couple of good baskets in transition, then 3 or so. That defense has been the difference for St. Mary's.
And a difference in a close game like this is when you can put somebody on the free throw line that doesn't miss, and Porter has not missed in the fourth quarter.
Nedorskova inside will dish to Schultz, and there it is, another two-point shot from the baseline. Let's talk for just a moment about Lauren Schultz. As the full timeout is called, we may do that after the break, but we won't. So Lauren Schultz has been a beast for Rogers State so far, and let's just talk about the 6'2" sophomore who's been a factor defensively, has been a factor offensively. She's been all over the court.
Yeah, 17 points in this one, although it may be in the final 19 seconds here in a losing effort, but she's been phenomenal. You talk about the scoring, but 2 or 3 blocks in this game. She changes the way offenses attack the rim when she's in at 6'2". She doesn't have to block a shot every time. Just her presence in the paint can alter shot selection for an offense, and she has done that today. She's played with a ton of pride and passion. Remember the and one, she got down on the left end of the floor. She came out of that smiling. Her entire team ran over to her. That's when we were trading the lead back and forth. But she is a talented young lady, and only a sophomore, Drew. She is going to have another couple of great years at Rogers State. And this is a team that comes in today as the 7th seed, but maybe as this team matures, a player like Schultz grows into her role, that number will shrink over the next couple of years, and maybe they come in her senior year as a number 2 seed if they get some nice pieces to go around her.
Well, the way that this team has played, it's very scary to think about. This is a very young team, and next year could be a force to be reckoned with in this tournament. 19 seconds left, 69-62 is the score. Porter has it. Jump ball called there in the corner. Schultz, nice job that time to not foul the jump ball. But the alternating possession error will still go to St. Mary's, 16.5 seconds.
That's when you know everything's going your way. When you look up and realize, oh, we've even got the possession arrow. This is a good deal.
And 16.5 seconds left. You'll have to assume that Rogers State will try to quickly foul, get some quick possessions. Just don't put Porter at the line. Cross-court pass, gets it to Fields. Fields in the backcourt, whistling a foul. Chamberlain with that foul.
It was a great designed inbounds play that time. They kind of went a flat 4 across the free throw line, and then on the pad of the ball broke, and it was a great job by LaBrelle Fields to beat everybody back to their end of the floor here, and just a quick foul, and she goes back to the line again. A good free throw shooter this season, and of course, whenever I compliment somebody, that's almost a surefire way that they miss.
Misses her first one. She's got the second one on the way.
I say nothing and they make it. That's part of the trick.
Got it. 70-62 St. Mary's. 15.2 seconds left. Nedorskova with some urgency. Here's Roberts, 3-pointer on the way. It's up and it's in. Heather Roberts, just an incredible tray ball. 8.4 seconds and a 5-point differential. The game is not over by any stretch. Etheridge going to Fields inside, gets fouled.
Well, they're gonna extend this as long as they can. And I tell you what impresses me is that shot for Roberts. Both of hers, though she missed one 2 possessions ago, she makes this one. All of her threes, she's got a leaning forward shot. She gets her nose over her toes and leans into that 3-pointer. It almost looks like everything's a half-court shot, but she made that one.
First shot on the way and in for LaBrelle Fields, 5'9" senior. She's had a big game today.
Defensively, she is fantastic, and offensively today, she's been no slouch either. 23 points to tie her teammate for the team high, game high as well.
Nedorskova to Roberts, long range 3 there, can't get it to go. 1 second even left, and St. Mary's will survive.
Survive and advance, that's all you can ask for this time of year, Drew.
And that will do it. St. Mary's survives number 7, Rogers State, 72-65. We are efforting the winning coach, and we will also go ahead and tell you to stay with us even after this broadcast is over, as we will give you all of the post-game sound from the conference tournament press room. You will need to hear all of those things to catch up as St. Mary's advances over number 7, Rogers State.
And it's been all chalk so far, partner. Your number 1 seed, St. Edwards, advances with their win over the 8 seed, Texas A&M International, 67-49. And now your number 2 seed, St. Mary's, advances with their win over Rogers State, 72-65. They will play Saturday at 2:30 against the winner of either Lubbock Christian or Newman.
All right, Jose Harbor is on the sideline standing with head coach Jason Martins. Jose, take it away.
St. Mary, you won 72-65. It was a tough-fought game. Just kind of talk about it a little bit.
You know, I mean, let me give Rogers State a lot of credit. They played extremely hard today. I mean, that was an unbelievable game by them. They hit shots. They made the right reads. We couldn't defend them today. They just made us look silly on defense. And but I was proud of our girls. They came in, made some clutch shots down the stretch, and you know, got to give our girls credit for doing that.
What do you take away from this game going into the next game? You know, something you can fix?
Oh yeah, for sure. We're going to talk about them. Hey, you're going to get everybody's best shot. It's March Madness, and you know you got to be ready to show up and play every single day, and you can't take anybody lightly. And it's just got to be a game that we get better on Saturday because we got 2 opponents, whoever we play, that are really good.
Thank you, Coach.
I appreciate it.
And that'll be it from the 3rd game of the Heartland Conference. Tune in for next game. My name's Jose Harbor. I was joined with Drew Brent and Corey Briggs.
All righty, Jose, thanks so much. St. Mary's moves on. Stay tuned for the post-game press conference live here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network. Game 3 coming your way at 5 p.m. We will tip off the men's bracket. Corey Riggs will have the call on that one. Until that time, Drew Brent signing off from courtside. We'll see you back here in just a little bit here on the Heartland Conference Sports Network.
I wasn't sure if I was out.
At Rogers State University, we keep things personal.
It all starts here.
We make sure our graduates get the most out of their education.
RSU has campuses in Claremore, Bartlesville, and Pryor, with on-campus housing and a wide variety of programs to suit your needs.
It all starts here.
Rogers State University.
I knew I would earn my degree from a great school. But I never imagined this experience. It's changed the way I think about my future. And transformed how I see my world.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
At Newman University, you'll receive more than just a degree. You'll receive a degree of merit, a degree of character, a degree of difference. Learn more at newmanu.edu.
We open our arms to students from around the corner and from around the world.
No matter where we're from, all Dust Devil student athletes play for the love of our sport, the love of our team, and the love of our university. If you can play here, you can play.
If you can play,
you can play.
Om du kan spela, så kan du spela.
Si můžeš hrát, můžeš hrát.
Si puedes jugar, puedes jugar.
If you can play, you can play.
I came here to get my degree at a great school. Along the way, I worked at an orphanage in India and taught school in Peru. It's changed how I look at the world and how I see my future.
Newman University in Wichita. Newman is a family that comes together to excel in the classroom and on the field. As the only private NCAA Division II university in Kansas, our student athletes are uniquely prepared for success beyond college. Newman University, empowering graduates to transform society.
Defining moments. Championship dreams. Share the experience with your family and friends. The 2017 NCAA Division II Men's Basketball Elite 8, March 22nd, 23rd, and 25th at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Visit ncaa.com/tickets for your tickets today.
I'm getting a lot for my money here at LCU.
The value of coming to LCU is priceless. I mean, you get to work around professionals who love you dearly, who love what they're doing, and to put those two together, you can't put a price on it.
I think the most valuable thing about LCU is that I'm receiving an excellent education, but I'm also being spiritually guided through that education.
If a student is on the fence about coming to LCU, this place is one that will change your life forever.
Believe, belong, be blue at Lubbock Christian University.
He is the God who sees me. He knows who I am becoming and who I will one day be. The kingdom of God. This is no small stake. With all my heart, mind, and strength, I will answer the call.
The first step to discovering the world starts by discovering who you are and who God created you to be. You have the potential to change the world by learning how to serve the world. We can show you how. Dallas Baptist University, developing servant leaders, transforming lives.
This is the you that goes beyond a bachelor's degree. This is the International U, Texas A&M International University. Learn how to take your talents further at tamu.edu.
Whoever you are, whoever you want to be.
I smell them just coming up in the air.
You say that the last time they played, it was a 34-31 final. Oh, that was our game, yeah. I thought you were looking at the...
So what are we now, like, overall record? 21-6.
All right, here with the St. Mary's Rattlers, head coach Jason Martins. We have Reggie Porter with Rail Fields and Kiara Etheridge. Coach, start us off with a statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
I mean, just hats off to Roger State. What a great game for them. I mean, they played extremely well. They made us look silly at times defensively, and I mean, you got to give them a lot of credit for how well they played today. But you also, saying that, I got to give my team a lot of credit as well. We could have buckled. We could have succumbed to the pressure. But we rose to the occasion in the fourth quarter. I thought our girls hit some clutch shots. I thought the free throws down the stretch were huge. And so I'm really proud of the way our girls played and found a way to win today. I told them our defense needed to be better. I thought we were doing a bad job of containing the ball, and really, it came into play in the fourth quarter. I thought we did a better job containing the fourth quarter, but told our girls, hey, look, we got to do a little bit better job containing the ball, and then we got to do a better job of working the ball. I thought the ball was sticking in our hands, and we weren't passing the ball as crisply as I thought we could and should, and we made the extra pass in the second half.
I guess like Coach says, it's our defense really that gets us really going. So defensively, I asked him to switch to number 2, which would get me in the team a little going. And so from there, I guess, got energy, got hype, and it led to offense. Yeah, definitely. It was a crucial moment, so I knew we had to pick up on offense. So if we had to attack and not force it, but if we had, we just.
You guys worked all season essentially to get what you have now, the day off before it's in front of you. Can we talk about the next 40 hours or so?
Rest.
Yeah.
It was a battle tonight, but yeah, we're definitely going to take this day off and rest and prepare ourselves mentally for the next game.
Get to 5 for them, shoulders when she came off the bench. That was a pretty good game. It was looking like, I'm not going to say she was surprised, but what was it like playing her and trying to keep her contained?
I tell you what, I think her eyes just light up when she plays us, because this is not the first time she's put those type of numbers on against us. First game this year, she had a really good game, high-scoring game against us, and this game as well. So there's something within our defensive scheme or something that she likes, and we got to look at that for the future, because she's just a young one. So we'll have to play her again next year, but fortunately we don't have to worry about that till next year. But she had a really good game. I mean, stepping up, as a youngster there, she did a great job for him.
Team on the bench, we could hear our bench, so they kind of created the atmosphere that it was like we were kind of home. So I don't know if you hear our bench and everyone, so it didn't really bother us that Rogers State fans were in there or anything like that. So
Thank you.
Schultz. Coach, if you want to start us off with a statement, and then we'll open it up for questions.
You know, we came into this game today knowing that it was going to be a battle. St. Mary's is a great team. They got a lot of athletes. They got a lot of players that can put the ball in the hole. They're well coached. They're good on both sides, both ends of the court. And we knew it was a battle, and just extremely proud of the way that we came out and we fought and we battled. We get down, we come back, we get up, we give it up, we'd be down, we'd come back, and just ebb and flow of the game. At the end, they just made that last run and kind of put us away at the end there. You know, our goal was to really limit and kind of slow down Etheridge to start, because she's a big catalyst on their team, and that's, you know, Madison Dearman here has done a great job all year. She's defended a lot of tough four players and did a really good job of making it challenging for her and making them hit tough shots. And the first two times we played them, we played defense for 2 out of the 4 quarters, and the other ones we'd give them a lot of really easy shots and just make them earn it. Nothing easy, and that's what we did for pretty much the whole game tonight.
Talk about Schultz, Coach Martin, that high price for us that last time that we just played. Not sure if it's something about his defensive team, if she just gets under their skin, but you know, she came off the bench,
Yeah, Lauren's one of those players that when the first time you see her play, you kind of shake your head and you're like, was she trying to do that? And that's what makes her difficult to defend. You can ask players like Madsen, who's had to try to stop her in practice all day or all year, that it doesn't always look pretty, but it works. And she's able to use her strengths, lack of strength sometimes, to her advantage. And for a young player, she's always been extremely skilled with the basketball and able to make plays when she needs to.
Yeah, this year we lost a lot. It's going to hurt. But I think next year we're going to have, 2 point guards back. We'll have some bigs and we'll have some guards. And I think we're pretty optimistic on what we should be, because we should be really good if we want to.
Madison, talk about just the difference between that first and that second quarter for you guys. First quarter, St. Mary shot, I think, 40-something%. Second quarter, you pulled them to 33%, and then you shot like 70 or 80% for the quarter yourself. Talk about what the difference was for you guys between that first and that second quarter, and really even into that third quarter when you still outscored by one.
Yeah, coming in like to the first quarter, we were like, we gotta, just bunker down. Like, this is, it could potentially be our last game, you know. So it was, we had to, it was either win or lose. So we just all decided, like, we gotta fight no matter what and come together as a team. So then that's when we went into half and we were in the locker room like, guys, we can't give up. And that's just kind of, I don't know, we just built off that, and that's where we kind of struggled staying with all that energy. And I think this game we all came together and stood together and just fought back with that. So I think it was more the energy in those quarters.
Talk about the just the energy of the crowd. Largely Pro Rogers crowd being 30 minutes away for you guys, but just talk about what it was like to be able to have that kind of atmosphere with a lot of the home fans making the trip out here.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot, especially when they're behind us and you can hear them yelling and just helping out. I know for me, like, I block a lot out, so I don't hear a lot. But you can, like, even on the sidelines, having our dancers and cheerleaders, you know, they were cheering. You could hear every time we would go down, they were just right there behind us saying anything positive. And then out of the stands, that's what, just anything. And that was nice having them have our backs. So.
It's your first postseason appearance since 2013. I go to say, what does that mean to you guys being part of the team for the first time getting to play postseason?
What does that mean? Oh, sorry. Yeah. It was, I guess, a little intimidating coming in because your big lights are on, and I guess it's a little different than when you would just play a conference game. So that was definitely exciting. A little nerves going into last night that everyone was talking about, but I think considering the circumstances, we handled it very well. is nice. Yeah, it's nice.
Not a real high school.
Yeah. Yeah, I went to a big high school. This is nothing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.